everyone, it's Kat here, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Marie Grace doll. Before we begin, I'd like to apologize for the really loud wind and stuff. It's just kind of windy today, and of course it's going to get into my video, and yeah. This video has been highly requested ever since I got Marie Grace, and I just had like no time to make it because, oh my gosh, the weather here has just been so weird. So just some background information just to put in your heads. She's a historical character from 1853. Her full name is Marie Grace Gardner, and she's the best friend of Cecile. Now let's move on to her basic appearance. Marie Grace has long, light brown hair. It goes about to her waist and flips up to her elbows. Marie Grace also has caramel and dark brown highlights. Marie Grace's hair is parted straight down the middle, and she has pin curls on each side. One of Marie Grace's pin curls is just a bunch of curls kind of overlapping, while the other is more like a coil. Lastly, Marie Grace's hair comes in two braids, going around the back of her head and meeting at the sides. And they are tied off with two pink ribbons.
The world sees it rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweet the street.
Marie Grace is a completely new face mold, not shown in any other doll. The side of her face thins out as it reaches her chin and forms somewhat of a heart shape. Now for her eyes. Marie Grace has light brown, feathered style eyebrows. Marie Grace's eyes are round, and they're like a dark teal. Marie Grace also has an indent mark above the eye. Now on to her nose. Marie Grace's nose has a flatter bridge, and her nose points more downward. And she has very small round nostrils. Not to be stereotypical, but it's a nose that I found common on Asian dolls or other Japanese or Chinese dolls. It's exactly the same as the one on my Sky doll, also known as Ivy. Lastly, we have Marie Grace's lips. Marie Grace has a thick bottom lip, like Elizabeth or McKenna. They are a light peachy pink color, and they show very little of the front teeth. Now that we've finished Marie Grace's appearance, I'm going to give you a really quick overview of her outfit. Now to finish off the video, I want to give you guys some pros and cons of getting Marie Grace. First, let's start with the negatives. Marie Grace's hair is a bit thinner on one side, and it can make it hard to style. Next, it can be very hard to style her hair with her pin curls. Brushing them out will get them really frizzy and messy. Next, I find that many of Marie Grace's clothes, although they are pretty, tend to be very thin and bad quality. This means that they're not very good for play, because if you wash them, they'll just get crinkled and wrinkled, and they'll never look the same again. Next, since Marie Grace has such different facial features, it can be kind of difficult to photograph her. You have to be rather experienced to know all the correct angles and positions to put her in. Lastly, under Marie Grace's braid, she has these odd length pieces of hair that kind of stick out. If you do take her braid out, you will have these odd length pieces of hair at the side of her head, which once again can make it hard to style. Now moving on to the positive things about Marie Grace. First is that Marie Grace is extremely unique. And even though she can be difficult to photograph, for a patient, experienced photographer, you can get many great pictures out of her. She's super photogenic. Next, Marie Grace's hair is so pretty and soft and smooth and just beautiful. Next, she has a really interesting story. And she was the only best friend to come out with her best friend on their first release date. And lastly, she's just one beautiful doll.
I guess that's the end of the review. So I would recommend Marie Grace for a girl 11 or older who's experienced with photography and is constantly trying new techniques, is willing to research things and willing to take her time during photos and stuff. I do not recommend her for someone who wants to play with her, take her outside, run around, have tea parties with her and stuff. But besides all that, Mary Grace is a stunning doll. I think if the right owner purchases her, she'll be so much of use to them. And I think she'll definitely change your perspective on different dolls. I know when I first got her, I was worried about her looking so different. But then it kind of makes me open up my heart a little bit, not just to dolls, but to other things as well. I hope you'll enjoy this video. Bye!